Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Usman Ali and I'm recording the video for the second example or numerical example related to the purchasing power parity. Now, the objective of the numerical is to calculate the forward rate or the future spot rate. So let's go through the data given to us in the numerical. We have Fs as our local currency and it is expected that the inflation rate of Fs will be 4.5% next year. While the UAE, whose official currency is dirham, their inflation rate is expected to be 2% for the next year. And the existing spot rate or the current exchange rate is 1 dirham is equal to 16.20 Fs. So we are actually required to calculate the forecasted rate or the future spot rate or the forward rate. So let's do it with the help of an application by the name of Liveboard. So what I have done is I have already shifted the basic data given to us in the numerical, which is the inflation domestic, inflation foreign, and the spot rate is also given. So we will solve the numerical in two steps. Okay, our first step would be actually to calculate that how much percentage change is expected in the foreign currency. Now to calculate that, we're going to use the EF formula where E represents the change and F represents the foreign currency, which is equal to 1 plus the inflation in the domestic currency, the expected inflation, divided by 1 plus the expected inflation in the foreign country minus 1. Okay, this one is the domestic one. Okay. Or let me rub it and make it a little better. The domestic. So this is the formula. Once you have it, you can multiply that with 100 to get a percentage answer. So let's incorporate the values. Our inflation of the domestic country or currency is 0.045 because it is given in the numerical that it is 4.5%, while the inflation in the foreign country is 2%, so it would become 0.02. Okay, let me make it, sorry for the handwriting because the touch pen is having a little problem, minus 1. So let's plus it up. When you plus it, it becomes 1.045 divided by 1.02 minus 1. So let's divide it. I'm going to quickly divide 1.045 divided by 1.02 and it will give me a value of 1.0245 and 09. So I will just stick to 1. I will go for the rounding values, minus 1. So if I subtract it, it will become 0.0245. And as in the start I told you that if I multiply it with 100, it's gonna give me a percentage value which will be 2.45%, and this is a positive answer, which means that the change which is represented by E in the foreign currency will be that the foreign currency will increase its value by 2.45% as compared to the domestic currency. So we got the expected change. Now it's the turn to go to our second step and to see that how will be exactly the value of F's that we have. So let's go to step number 2, and in step number 2 my objective would be actually to calculate the forward rate, which is equal to the current market rate, or you can say spot rate, 1 plus the expected change in the foreign currency EF. So our spot rate, if you remember, which was given to us in the numerical, is 16.72 Fs per dirham, and our expected change was actually 2.45%. So what I will do, I will just stick to the decimal point, which is 0.0245. So first I will add 1 and 0.0245, so it will give me a value of 1.0245, and then I will multiply this with 16.72. So once I multiply it, it gives me a value of 17.1298. So I will round it to 17.13. So this is actually the forward rate, which means that 1 dirham will be equal to 17.13 Fs, depending on the inflation percentage is used for how much time. If the inflation percentage, which is in our numerical, it is for 1 year, so it means that it is expected that after 1 year the price of the dirham will be equal to 17.30 Fs, 13 Fs. So this is how you calculate the calculate the forward rate using the inflation percentages. Ladies and gentlemen, remember one thing, that these days inflation is not the only factor or independent variable that affects or that contributes solely contributes to the value of a currency. We have interest rates and we have multiple other macroeconomic factors. So in real life, if you're using this inflation only, so for sure it's not going to give you a realistic figure. So you cannot rely on 17.13 in real life actually, because these days we have multiple factors that contribute towards the value of currency. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe.